friends. So today we are painting something a little different and a lot more freeing. Watercolor palette knife paintings. And if you're a beginner to watercolor and you felt frustrated with watercolor lately, this is such a fun exercise to try. So watercolor can sometimes feel overwhelming because paint moves so fast, the paper dries very quickly, and it's easy to get caught up into trying to control every little detail. So that is why I love palette knife painting for loosening up. It really helps the overthinking stage and it helps you start responding to the paint instead. So with a palette knife, you're not painting like tiny details. You're just creating texture, movement, soft edges, broken shapes, and it's very atmospheric. So this whole process becomes more of a suggestion rather than perfection. So I think one of the biggest things that beginners struggle with for watercolor is trying to make everything look perfect or just right. But loose watercolor works best when you allow that unpredictability a little bit. So palette knife almost forces you to let go of that perfection because you physically cannot control it the same way you can with a tiny brush. So that's really where the magic happens. So when you start focusing on the light, the dark shapes, the texture, the mood, the movement of it, instead of every little single detail, that's going to help you. I also love this as a warm-up exercise because it helps you get painting very quickly and intuitively, and you're learning to trust your instincts here instead of second-guessing everything that you do. So the best part of it is that these quick studies often end up having a little bit more energy and emotion than paintings that we try to spend hours to perfect. So if watercolor has been frustrating you lately, give yourself permission to play a little bit and try these unusual tools. Make some messy marks, let blooms happen, scrape the paint and textures. Let them just kind of do their thing. You might be surprised at how much freer your paintings begin to feel when you stop trying to force the watercolor behave perfectly. All right, so let's jump in and do a little painting together. I started this whole process from my experience working with oils, and you can see I used very chunky oil paints for this one, and I found that I had so much fun working with my oils this way. I thought I would attempt the same or similar experience with my watercolors to see if they would do the same thing. So I did create a full course on palette knife painting. You might want to check that one out. I will leave the information in the description box below. All right, so let's just try a very quick warm up. Hey guys, so one of my very favorite ways to loosen up my watercolor paintings and do some quick little 5-minute warm-ups is with a palette knife. So I am using the colors Phthalo Blue and Burnt Umber. Now this is a small palette knife that I'm using here. I'm just going to drop a little dot of each color on the palette knife. Now these paints are very inexpensive. They actually came with my little mini watercolor painting tiny palette that I had, so I don't ever use these. And I thought I'd try them out this morning just to see how they did as far as pigments, if I can keep them dark enough using them directly onto the paper. So I am using 100% cotton paper. This is not expensive paper by any means. I have a squirt bottle. I've just laid down some of that pigment on here and now I'm just playing. I take the palette knife and I just drag it up and down and then back and forth, just kind of playing with the water. And this is like the most relaxing way to just enjoy paint. Now I know a lot of watercolors when they first start out, it is extremely intense and you want to have everything perfect. So doing little challenges like this is just a way for you to watch the paints move, for one. Secondly, you can really see what your water is going to do. And you're also going to see how your colors mix on the paper. So it really is like the perfect a way to play with your watercolors. So I often will turn my palette knife sideways and just pump up some little trees. Now these always look like islands to me and that is my thing. I absolutely enjoy it and it reminds me of Maine. So this is my style. Now this doesn't necessarily have to be what you do with yours. You could just mix, match, watch the colors move. It can be very abstract, but I like to have just a tiny hint of realism in my abstract paintings. So I always, again, look at it like islands in the background. And then once I get that set and I want to go with deeper pigment, then I switch to my brush just to pop in a few deeper colored trees. Now I do have a lot of water in here, so this is moving around. Again, it's a great way for you to practice and learn what water does with your paints, and without having to have it ruin your painting, because you can really go with the flow on something like this. So you can see here, I'm moving the water around with my brush in this case because I can see that it's too wet and I'm not getting a lot of definition for any of those trees. Again, moving down, putting in some other color in here at the bottom. Now this is very soft down here, a lot of water again, so everything is blending. And you'll notice I just kind of pop around my painting at this point. I will continue to try to see if it's dry enough by popping in some darker color at the top. Again, I'm just creating some lines in there, not necessarily trees at this point. And then popping in more color down in here. And it's very light, very watery, so I feel like I need just a little bit of darkness down in here. So it looks like rocks to me, maybe in the water. Going back into that top section now, again, playing around, always testing. And so that's why I move around my painting a lot to see, where I don't have a lot of water and I can contain the paint a little bit more. You can see I'm going in even darker. So again, I gradually start light, except for those little areas where I first put down the thick pigment. And you can move that pigment around too. If you want to pick up some of that pigment and drag that through your painting, you can do that. But I always start light, with the exception of those dark areas where the pigment is, and move the paint around from there. So I get darker and darker with each layer. So at this point, I have dried my painting, and now I can go back in and do some more details. Now for this one, I dried it just a tiny bit. Again, I wanted to have a little bit of a bloom still happening. So I just did like a 30-second little bit of heat onto where it was extremely wet. And so it's still damp. So you can see where some of the paints are still moving in here. And for those of you that weren't quite sure if I started with dry paper, yes, I did. So when I put the pigment down initially, this paper was completely dry, and I used just the squirt bottle to add the water to it. In case you were questioning that, yep, paper is dry. So I do have a full class on palette knife painting. This was something that I experienced myself on accident. I was just playing around one day, and I absolutely loved doing this. And so I did a full course. It just kind of goes into it a little bit more, and you get to play around. And so if you're interested in this style of painting, I would have recommend check it out, see if it's something that might interest you. It gives you a great start if you're new to watercolor without a lot of frustrations, because it's really truly about playing with your paints and your water. So I will leave the link down below in the description box for you if you want to check that one out. So again, I am just playing with those shapes of trees. And I have been using this brush. This is my Lebanson goat hair brush. It's got a really lovely point on it, so it does make some great trees. You do need to practice with it. I will also link that below for you. He did so graciously give us a coupon code to share, so I'll link that for you as well. So I hope this gave you permission to loosen up a little bit today, enjoy the process a little bit more. Sometimes paintings teach us the most when they're quick and perfect and experimental. So if you have been feeling stuck with your watercolor, try giving yourself this no pressure session with a palette knife and just see what happens. And if you want to dive deeper into the style, remember I do have the full course that you can check out. I'll link that below. And I would love to know if you've ever tried using a palette knife before. And if you have, let me know what your experience was. I'd love to hear.